Good afternoon. This is Ken of Tortoise Capital with the market closure report for April 7th, 2020. Let's take a look at the sleigh ride that was the S&P. Gap up. Steady sell-off, a couple oscillations, and then break in the afternoon, closing near the lows of the day at 266. However, still up a fraction. The Dow up slightly less. Russell slightly better. Emerging markets, Europe better. The inverse, oil smashing it. Commercial real estate win, Alcoa. Tesla, Brazil, volatility came roaring back. Materials were very good. Energy was better than the S&P. Mexico, CAT. On the downside, oil got smacked again. Boeing, Walmart, Cisco, Virgin Galactic, Apple, Devon Energy, Tech, McDonald's. Right now, when we shift back to the daily look at the S&P, we had a big gap up and then pretty much a fail. That will cause people some concern. Was that the second leg? If this was the first leg, was that the second leg? So tomorrow will be very interesting. Let's watch the futures. I'm expecting a sharp move down to test the belly of the dragon, or the lower skin of the dragon and the belly of the dragon here. I do like that we have an up curl to the RL10, so on net, residually, this was good, and it's holding at the Bollinger Band mean, which is what it should do after an excursion to Z-2. The fight back to the Bollinger Band mean is the least surprising move of all, and now it's game on. So let's put our drawings on here and clutter up everything. First, let's slide everything a day, 30-day, 20-day, 10-day look back. Today's range, today's close, right where yesterday's open was, the low. Today's low. Monday's open. Today's high. That's also the 10-day high. So double plus goodness there. The 10-day low is still here. 30-day low is still here. 30-day high is still there. Fair value declines a bit. Z1. The hump of the dragon, the hump of the 10 remain in place. Z3 comes down a little bit. Belly of the dragon, belly of the 10. PSAR flip stays in place. We can get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. $30-day high right there, came down a little bit. So our price today, closed right here, is still 10, 20, about 24% off the swing high. This belly of the dragon, or this lower skin of the dragon, looks significant to me. It feels that way. So there's our 1 day, 10 day, and 30-day ranges. Still in the spring. Red River is still the Red River, getting ready to come out of it. Shift in the window. MACD 0 line remains at 0. We still have a short side bias, still respecting that downside move. Very critical state right here. Boy, is that interesting. We're going to shift to a speed run of the swing portfolio. So I want to start off by saying that when the S&P all right, let's start the speed run with Alcoa. I want to begin by saying that the S&P gapped up and sold off sharply today. And so a lot of those gap ups then failed through their VWAPs, and this was a trigger during bear volatile markets to lock in gains on swing trades. Some of them were only 1 or 2 days long, but that's fine. So let's get this set back up. Oops. Come on, Alcoa. Okay, so Alcoa is an example. We had 2 positions long, gapped up, went storming north, cashed good gains here. Now, the intraday, we'll see in tonight's strategy podcast, was really good. But this looked like a logical place, especially on 2 positions, to get to ring the bell. Apple was a big gap up and started selling off harshly, so why not? I don't believe in them anyway. We got long in the Aussie dollar today when it broke through the dragon, and we'll use, I started off here and then I just moved my stop to the belly of the dragon. So we'll see how that goes. Cashed the Boeing. So we have been short, scratch, reverse long, and then made bank here again. Big gap up, selling off. In bear volatile markets, a bird in the hand's worth 2 in the bush. All right, this is Caterpillar, long from 118, cashed at 126, so we'll take that. Cliff, long, gap up, sell off, cash. Cisco, long and cash. You can see that a lot. Timber, bank. Chevron, bank. The Dow, long, bank. Devon Energy, scratch. So we had 2 on that one. The second one hit at the open, and then oil got smashed. So bank. Emerging markets, long and bank. EFA, bank. Japan. This is one that I'm still holding. Stupid. I'm going to move my stop up to here. I have a belief in Japan. So we're long from here. We're still holding that gain. God dang it. That's a 4% give back. So we'll move that stop to there. EWW. That's what I get for not worrying about Japan. I should worry. So we had 2 long in Mexico, gapped up, sold off and then we banked. Brazil, we had no long positions at all. We had been short and got crushed. Gap up and sold off. There was an intraday trade, but I didn't get it. Was busy. Long in Home Depot and Bank. We had 3 long in the Russell. This one at the open, and then it reached the peak and then started selling off. Bank. Real estate short. Then we covered yesterday at the open. Was stalking this thing. I still don't believe in it. I just think we're still in this bear volatile. I mean, our friend Bob was approached by a brand new investor who wanted to drop a couple million for the first time, who thinks, hey, if I put it in the Dow and it goes up 1%, do I make 1,000? He said, no clue. And so that's almost like the cover of Newsweek, that everybody's rushing in. Maybe that big gap up was a phenomenon of that, and then people taking advantage of the sell. That was me today, but I'm wondering if that's the case. Is this thing leg 1, leg 2, and more grind? Is there another big leg down? I don't know. 1, 2, and bank in McDonald's. 1, 2, and the second one scratches and made bank here. This is where I was going to add that third one. We never even got close. So clean energy. Oil, long, and then as it rolled over, I was so happy with that. So this is the triple inverse crude bank. And I felt satisfying. It let me win back. I was short and lost, so this one let me get that back. I keep score that way. S-Dow, this was that big gap down and reversal, so this is the inverse ultra short Dow. It's still the long side is favored, but that's always there. Silver, long, and our stop is still here. Let's see what it's looking like here. Yeah, the trade's still okay. I feel like I want to lock in a little bit there, but we'll just leave it in the middle of the dragon for right now. Give it some room to breathe. Virgin, we had 2 short and basically scratched, then we stopped and reversed, so I wanted to get paid, and then bank. Simon Property. I looked at this one. It ran up fast. I didn't get in. I just don't believe in it, and so I'm going to be ready to get short this one. Now, you haven't seen me frame a lot of trades for tomorrow because I just think it's still too early to make the call for tomorrow. I want to see what the futures are doing, and I just think tomorrow's going to, for me, be a hybrid frog day, and then evolve into a swing trade by exception. I just think this one was a unsettling kind of a day. Volatility inverse, so we're still long. Boy, that's one I just don't believe in. I need to put the formal stop in this one. So we will respect the bottom of that range right there. Treasuries. Again, I don't know how to trade them very well. This reversal. If today was the beginning of a down leg, then this should actually start to look pretty good. But let's look at that intraday only. I don't have a swing on it. I could almost be talked into that as a swing trade if we said this was it dipped out and now it's early in this channel. It's going to go up and test 171. That would actually be a reasonable place. I think I could be convinced to try that. I'm going to keep that as a tentative. I want to see how the day plays out, but I think I could live with that right there. With a stop. I think like with the stop there, I think I could live with that. And then treat that as sort of a hybrid frog symbol. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's try that. Because the upside, I would add a position here. And I would add a position, I think, here. And I would want to add there. And I think I would want to add at Z2. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Treasuries. Yeah. Tesla. I finally got paid on one. So we got long on that yesterday. The gap up rewarded us, and I just couldn't take it. And I wanted to get paid after missing it twice. So we'll just take that. Oil. We were too long and covered yesterday. Right, exited yesterday, and then today it was trading SCO to the long side. So oil is back in a interesting trading range. The volatility, which had drifted out, is starting to come back. So this is a potential. You know, if this is the beginning of a challenge of complacency, then this is going to really work. That's the tactical room it has to play. So I think I'll play that right there. That one. And this way I may get surprised into some positions. You know, so if there's a big spike and a run up, then those things get me in, then I don't have to try and chase it. So that's going to be my trade tomorrow, I think. Walmart. Wow, the big deal all day. So this, so we were long 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the fifth one in today when it touched, and then started to sell off. And I mean, this one was hurting my feelings because I wanted to get in right here as it was moving up, but because I already had 4 swings in, and then I couldn't wait to get out. So that was sweet. Wheaton. We got long today. It rose up this high. I'm just going to respect that that stop and play to the upside. I wonder what that looks like longer term. Yeah. Yeah, I think we gotta add here above the hump of the dragon. So we'll play that at the hump of the dragon. That's where we'll add. This other stuff, let's just get that out of the way right now. That's legacies. All right, so where do we want to add the next one? Then that would be at the hump of the 10. And then probably the Z3, maybe the previous Z3 excursion here. And then this one. I think that's what it looks like. Downside. Here. Here. Probably there. To respect that. Yeah, I think that's what that looks like. Okay. I think we're still in good shape there. Win. So we had 2 short and covered, got long, and then big gap up, and it gapped above where I wanted to ordinarily add a second one, and then started rolling over, so I just cashed it. Bank. U.S. Steel, we were long 2, added a third one in the open as part of, and in the run-up when we get to the strategy podcast, you'll see. So we had 3 on the swing and then all out here on the swings. Pretty good run. Material sector, I was very bullish on it, but today just filled me with trepidation. So yeah, I just didn't want to hold it any further. Held it as long as I could, but at the end of the day, couldn't take it, and we'll see. So now I am, what am I looking at it? Now, let's see this. Let's see it open inside that, and then I'll play it in either direction. Add a position there. Add a position here. Add a position there. Yeah, that looks good on the downside. Maybe even an extra one if it breaks the skin of the dragon right there. I think that's what I like. Probably Z1, yeah. And then the fair value. Okay, that's what that looks like now. And that's going to guide decisions on like Alcoa, Cliff, Nucor, Vulcan, that entire infrastructure setup that we have going on. Energy. Long one from here. My stop is there. This is where I wanted to add a second position. I didn't because it had gapped above that, so I usually like to see how it is happening during the day. This one may be the stop, yeah. Yep, our stop did get hit inside there. Good. So that's not bad. From 29-ish to 32-ish, that's all right. Energy. I think this is going to be that same. I just feel an urge on that one. An urge to frame. Let's look at it this way. Let's play the breakout. I think like that. Let's get that out of the way. That feels correct. This would be the skin of the dragon to add a second one. Belly of the dragon, PSAR. Belly of the 10. Yeah. So lots of room to work there. Okay. Can live with that. Finance. Long one, bank. Tech. Long 2, bank. Healthcare, long 1, second one, but it gapped up so high, then started selling off. So we're long 2, bank. And because I love healthcare, still love them. Let's set up the from this price to that price as the box. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, let's do it that way. And I will only go long on that one. I will only go long. And we'll get long there. And add a position at Z1. Yeah, that's good. And back to Alcoa, so that's the speed run.